I'd like to start off talking about my magic ghost number cubes by explaining some of the parts of it through my hanging dry erase transparent 3D model of the numbers and their relations to each other and the properties that come out from them. The important numbers, they're all important, but the central ghost number 14. This is an addition cube, by the way. I could erase all this and use the same primary numbers to produce a multiplication cube just by multiplying instead of adding in the special arrangement that they're in relation to each other. So 14 in the addition cube, when added 3 times itself, gets 42. I'll show you on my chalkboard, my dry erase board, and my copies of my papers that in a multiplication cube, you don't get 42. You don't get 14. You get 72 as the inner ghost number, and the outer ghost number is 72 multiplied instead of added to itself 3 times. So there's that 3 relationship. So let me tell you the different parts of the cube. First, there's a central ghost number. Then there's the outer ghost numbers, the inner layer ghost numbers, like this one. You see 24 on this side. This is part of a spatial diagonal, by the way. There's 4 spatial diagonals that cut through the center of the inner cube, which, if you can make it out, that's the inner cube with the primary numbers that make up the corner numbers. And the primary numbers, the 6 primary numbers, are 1, 2, 3, 4, crossed each other vertically. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 3, added together to give 14. In a multiplication cube, they'd be multiplied together to give 72. The outer ghost number, if I'm right, it's 3, 4, 3, 6. I'm not even sure, but I'll show you on the board and I'll find out myself. But that's the central ghost number. These are the inner layer ghost numbers that make up. There's a corresponding number on the other side of the spatial diagonal that cuts through the inner cube, which I think is 18. 18 and 24 added together give 42. So the numbers change on the inner layer cube, but they all produce the same 42 all around in an addition cube with 1, 2, 3, 4 wrote on the primary numbers vertically, the 2 vertical axis, and the third one is decided for you. If you use 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, I believe the numbers are 1, 1, 3, 3, that create the horizontal axis of the inner layer cube. And that's the seed that starts all this. The primary numbers, which give the ghost number, when added together in this case in an addition cube form. And 14 added together 3 times gives 42, but so do add in the inner layer ghost numbers. 24 and 18 on the opposite side added together would give 42. And so there's 2 ways to get 42. And also there's a third way, by adding the 6 cubic numbers of each of the cubic openings of this 8, what I call an octant, instead of a quadrant that you'd have on a 2-dimensional plane. I call them an octant for sectors of a three-dimensional cube. The octants, the 6 number elements of each octant added together get 42. So there's 3 ways to get 42 on the outside, and there's 42. So you can add the ghost number, the central ghost number 14, 3 times, you get 42. You can add the spatial diagonals of the inner layer ghost numbers to give 42, in this case, addition cube. Or you can add the 6 elements of the cubic opening of each octant, cubic octant sector of the three-dimensional cube to give 42. And so that's the explanation for this transparent cube. And this is 42 written on this is 14 inner layer ghost number, or central ghost number, and outer ghost number 42, which I believe are the most important parts. Really, there's no important parts. They're all important. But 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4 going around, and 1, 2, 3, 4 going around the side. Add it together, you get 14. And 14 added together 3 times, you get 42. But so do, like in this sense, 12 and 30. That's just one of the inner layer ghost numbers added together, give 42. And so do the cubic elements of the outer octant. 10, 10, 6, 8, 4, 4, I believe. 10, 20, 26, 30, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 40. Yeah, this is an example of an outer octant. And so these give 42 as well. So there's three ways to get the outer ghost number. And the inner layer ghost numbers change, 12 and 30. This is all I have written down right here. But right here, in the addition cube, there's 12 and 30. But there's also 18 and 24. This is a diagonal going down. This is 18 from front to back, 24 in the back, and then there's a 18 and a 24 going down from up. If you notice, you'll notice that 18 and 24 are recurring 3 times, where 12 and 30 come only once. And that's an addition cube. I call this the preferred angle of the spatial diagonals because all these are alike, but the 12 and 30 are significant. And on the multiplication cube, the inner layer ghost numbers, there's 8, 4, 6, 6, 5, 6. Well, there's a 6, 4, 5, 8, 3, 2. Those are 2 preferred ghost numbers, or 2 preferred angles of incidence of the spatial diagonals, because 216 and 1728 and 216 and 1728 are alike, and they're not significant, but these 2 are. So on an addition cube, there's 1 angle of preferred incidence. And on a multiplication cube, there's 2 angles of preferred incidence, where the 2 spatial diagonals are significant. And if you look at this, you'll see that 72 and 14 are written in
after the fact or whatever, because I wasn't aware at this point in time when I wrote this diagram, printed out this diagram, I wasn't aware it was the beginning of 2020 when I discovered the outer ghost numbers, and it wasn't until the end of the year of 2020 when I discovered the inner ghost numbers and their relation to the outer ghost numbers. So I have the inner ghost number, inner layer cube ghost numbers written in purple, and I have the outer ghost numbers written in red. But it wasn't until the end of 2020, near the end, that I discovered the inner ghost numbers and their purpose for being there to fulfill whatever the relations to the outer ghost numbers through the central ghost numbers and all the different ways that are combined. And that's a 1, 2, 3, 4 cube. 1, 2, 3, 4 make up the primary numbers that go around twice. That gives a 1, 1, or 1, 1, 3, 3, wherever, of the horizontal axis. 1, 1, 1, 1, 3, 3 of the horizontal axis. So that's decided for you if you wrap around twice, and that produces the significance of the single significance and the double significance, single significance of the addition cube and the double significance of the significant spatial diagonals of the multiplication cube. And I tried that out with 2, 4, 6, 8 wrapped around twice. And this is a multiplication cube, and that just really bugs you out. I had to use a calculator to find the outer ghost numbers because it just blows the mind how far they go. But how much they add up to on the multiplication cube. But on an addition cube, it's incredibly a whole lot more simple. The inner ghost number for this is 28. 2, 4, 6, 8, and 2 in the back and 6 in the front added together give 28. And 28 multiplied or added 3 times gives 84, the outer ghost number. But so do 36 and 48. I believe I'm right, 36 and 48 multiplied together. No, added together, I'm sorry. 48 and 36. These are the numbers. And so that's it. Bye-bye.